You are listening to the Screen-to-Screen Selling Talk Show hosted by Doug DeVitri, your source to increasing sales, productivity, and the customer experience. In each show, we will sit down with world-class thought leaders to discuss latest trends, innovative concepts, and ideas to keep you ahead of the curve using the latest technology. Welcome, everybody, to this week's show. We have a very special guest, Bud Albers, who's the CEO of Recursive Labs, also known, or before, used to be Click With Me Now. He's the ex-CTO of Getty Images, Disney. Bud, we're so excited to have you here talking with us today.
Thanks, Doug. It's great to have the conversation.
You know, and when we had met a year ago, I was trying to get an understanding of what your software did. And within that conversation, I was thinking about from a sales component where, you know, the sales professional is trying to influence the customer. The technology that your company has created with the Recursive Labs is really changing the dynamic on how sales professionals are starting to kind of not hand over, but allow customers to be able to use a company's website or portal in order to make decisions with one another, with maybe even without a sales professional. Tell us a little bit about the product that you have and how it's different from everything else that's out there on the market.
Well, the first thing is on our product side, we really are focused down on creating a collaboration platform. And we sit at that intersection between the company, their web, their online technology, their sales, and their service organization. We kind of meet at that intersection, and we really are focused on rehumanizing that online channel, allowing the company to connect with their customer, or even allowing the customer to connect with their customer. And on the platform, there are a couple of different options, a couple of different ways to do that today. And the first on the Recursive platform is our RealTime product. And much as it suggests, it allows you to connect with your customer in real time, safely and securely. And that's a huge part of what we do. Our tech was founded in some of the original exchanges for the Affordable Care Act. And so privacy, security, all of those HIPAA protections had to be baked in. And so we now allow that connection, and we can bring the security of that model into the online world across other industries so that you don't have some of the unfortunate things that happen with a Target or an Anthem or some of the other breaches you've heard, government personnel office recently. And so we're focused on that collaboration, but doing it in a highly secure way. And we've also now just released a very revolutionary new product, something called Replay, that's also on our platform. And everything on our platform is accessible as a completed product or via API. But what Replay does is allows you to create a video with voiceover of your interaction on a website. So literally almost a video Pinterest post, if you will, but do it without any pre-installed or any downloaded software. So we literally can create a video of what you're walking through on the web, your cursor movements, the site, what you're seeing, and your voice at the same time. And we now can render that into a video file where 2 minutes of video is smaller than an iPhone photo. And oh, by the way, because of how we actually do what we do, we can create this video in such a way that we create a go there link dynamically. The metadata is created when you create the video. You don't have to do anything but click start and stop to create the video and then surf around in the domain. But that go there link allows you to jump off in real time to the exact page that you're seeing in the video at any point in the video. And you can get into that and go straight to that page, so we can close the loop, if you will, between what you're seeing and the actual web experience that a customer can actually experience.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting what you say, because I don't think a lot of people understand how powerful what you just said is, because, you know, if you haven't seen anything like it before, you have nothing to be able to compare it to. And if you take a look at some of the other platforms that are out there that will record a conversation, what you're suggesting is a little bit more dynamic. Number one, because there's no downloads involved. And then also the actual video has a go-to link. So if you're on a specific web page, you can actually click on the link wherever part of the video that allows you to take you to that web page. You know, tell us a little bit more about that, because it's so powerful, but, you know, until people have seen it, they wouldn't know any better.
Yeah, if you were thinking, let's think about it, for example, there are myriad uses from training to sales to even consumer referral, because it's so easy to use. But let's look at an inside sales kind of case. where if I am selling, let's say, heavy equipment, and I've got a customer where 2 or 3 things that we have might actually be applicable, I can walk that customer through on a video message on the site with just, again, 1 click and no download, and walk them through the various pages. And now that customer can watch the video, can hear what I'm saying, and can then jump off dynamically to the exact page that I was on when I was making the video. Again, frame accurate to the second, you land right on the page and close the loop. And so your website becomes a living, breathing sales tool, as opposed to, content, did they come and they're anonymous. I can actually direct them, walk them around, and unlike email, you can get the characterizations of voice and all the other things. I mean, the net is we weren't ever necessarily equipped. Typing and text, great, but it's not the most natural interface, not the most effective interface method. If it was, I think nature would have had us born with keyboards, right? But, the reality is you get out of all this long-winded email hell and you can actually speak to it, but still time shift the experience. And if you want, then you use our real-time tool and dive right back in, and you can collaborate effectively in real time with the customer. And oh, by the way, in both cases, you can include any one of about 200 different document types and walk through that as well.
It's interesting because you said something that was really powerful. It's one of the features of your product that really give it a competitive advantage over a lot of the others. For example, you mentioned the fact that there's nothing they have to be able to download. In order to be able to use Skype, the other person has to download Skype. In order for somebody to be able to use, let's say, GoToMeeting or WebEx, they have to be able to download. Tell us how easy it is, and which also leads to the security side, how easy it is to be able to insert the code once and then allow customers to be able to interact with one another just through their own website.
Yeah, we can literally turn on any of our products by embedding a single line of JavaScript into the customer's website. So everybody's got Google Analytics on their website. You put our line of JavaScript wherever you have Google Analytics installed, and you're good to go, right? And so you're able to run and be able to do that. But it's also, as I said, founded in security and validation. So the way we do what we do is we actually render everything into an image locally with the DOM or the document object model. So I won't go too geeky on you here, but the bottom line is, because of the way we do what we do, we never send processable information out over the internet. And oh, by the way, we can redact sensitive fields just with no changes to anyone's website. You simply tell us in the configuration which elements on your screen you want protected. So for example, if you're in the insurance space and you've got a social security number, you tell us the name of the social security number, the field or the element, if you will, and we load that in the configuration. And where we see that, we can bulletize it, we can blank it out, or we can do the, as I jokingly call the Canadian solution, and duct tape right over the top of it there. I've watched one too many episodes of Red Green in my lifetime. But the reality is we're able to do that so that you can interact on secure fields and information without any changes being required. And literally, when we create the video, Doug, if you said social security number was on that screen in the video, now we will blank it out before we make the video. So when I'm interacting with the screen, I see social security number, but when you watch the video, you see 9 bullets.
Yeah, wow, very powerful. And one of the things that I also found to be very intriguing in the sense is that instead of the salesperson interacting, what you've done with this code and with what you told me is social co-browsing. So instead of the salesperson sharing a screen with the customer, now the customer can share the screen on the website with another customer. So when you have multiple decision makers, they don't feel like they're being bombarded or pressured by a salesperson. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so if you look, for example, with our Replay product, our Replay social product, most purchasing categories, the number one influencer are friends and family. And in fact, Nielsen just had a survey where I think the most effective form of advertising for any product, 92% said that it was friends and family. Second most were reviews by other consumers. And so what we can enable is those with the friends and family, I can literally go on and say, let's say, Doug, you bought a 4K TV. I wasn't sure yet. I'm in the purchasing process in that path. I can literally get on and say, hey, Doug, I'm on bestbuy.com. Take a look. I'm thinking about buying this Samsung, the curved TV that they have. You know, here's where we are. Or they've got this LG on sale. You've already bought one. Tell me what you think. Let me know. Thanks. Click send. Now you can look at that. Look at the video that I just sent you. You know, you can say, oh, no, but this isn't, I'd go this way. Or you can click on that go there link and go right to the page and see for yourself. So you can allow that to happen. Or with our same technology, you can post to Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, and actually do an embedded post with the go there link in that allows you to do that same kind of interaction and get feedback from friends and family, or if you've got some issues or items you want to communicate on for brand advocacy, whatever that may be, you're able to do that as well. So we can bring it both into the point-to-point as the endpoints on the crowd become more important than the big C kind of anonymous crowd as we more personalize the web. Or you can actually post it out for all your friends to see, all your Facebook relationships. So there are opportunities both ways, and those are all configurable for our customers based on their environment. They can create both. They can use our user experience out of the box. We can tailor it from there, or they can create a personalized embedded user experience, whatever the company wants to do, whatever's consistent with their brand.
Wow. So now what you're saying is is the customer now kind of has the power and can kind of control, but if the website that they're working with or not operating with isn't usable or user friendly, I can imagine that might even work against the company.
It possibly could, yeah. Right? It possibly could. And one of the other key elements of this is that everything we do is able to be seen in a company's web analytics. And so you can actually look at how it flows and you can get an idea as to how customers use it, because it simply uses standard web traffic and protocols to do this. So it really allows for a 360 feedback, if you will, anything from the operational behavior on through to the impact on purchasing.
Well, it's just amazing. I'm just blown away by what you can do with the technology. The fact that customers don't need to be able to download anything, that now they can be able to share that experience with others to be able to get feedback. And you found a way to be able to pull it all together using some of the tools that you've created.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it really is. We're creating some very new things and some very new capabilities. And we're kind of venturing out into even, again, the ability to create a video without any downloads or pre-installed software. It's a pretty wild concept, yeah. But we're actually able to do it, and to do it in a, to quote my younger son, a wickedly efficient fashion, right? A wickedly efficient model.
Well, that's great, Bud. I really appreciate you sharing what you've been building and what you continue to build. Appreciate you being on the show today.
Hey, thanks. Great to do it, and enjoyed it.
You are listening to the Screen-to-Screen Selling Talk Show, hosted by Doug DeVitri, your source to increasing sales, productivity, and the customer experience. In each show, we will sit down with world-class thought leaders to discuss latest trends, innovative concepts, and ideas to keep you ahead of the curve using the latest technology.
Another reason to join early. Well, you know,
get familiar with Google Plus, have a bit of hangout, or even like join.me and some of the other screen sharing things I've seen.
Oh, congratulations!